What's going on, gents? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing okay. This is episode 3 of Car Talk. Now, in today's video, I wanted to talk about the importance of finding a clear balance between your job and your life. Sometimes this line can get very blurry and it can cross over and cause a lot of problems in your life. And I wanted to come on here and reflect from some of my experiences and how I conduct myself, with the hope that you can take some value and fix any problems that you might have in this specific regard. First and foremost, you've got to establish that your job is just a job. It's just a job. Don't get me wrong, you may have career prospects and you might want to do that job for a really long time, and that's amazing. You should treat it as something important, but never forget that it is just a job. Never forget how disposable you are. Unless you're a really, really high value person within that organization, they can replace you very quickly. And they will replace you very quickly if they need to. The chances are one day they will need to. You move on to a different company, they're going to need to get somebody else in. It will probably be done within a few weeks. That is the sobering reality for most of us. But some of us find ourselves getting into the office really, really early every single day and leaving really late every single day for a company that would replace you very, very quickly if they needed to. Now, I'm not saying in this point, don't work hard, don't commit yourself to your job. No, you should. But find a balance. Don't let your work start to attack your personal life. For example, if you're a dad and you've got kids and your boss is pressuring you to stay late most days and it's starting to have an effect on the time you're spending with your family, you need to learn to say no. You need to learn to say, look, you have my full effort and attention within this window, within my contracted hours. Within this period of time, you will see me at my absolute best. But outside of that, it's a privilege to have me around. It's a one-off. It's not going to be a consistent thing. I would even go as far to say, don't do the one-offs. Give everything you have within your contracted hours. Maybe sometimes you need to stay late. Maybe sometimes there's a couple of things that you need to do, especially if it's really important stuff. But essentially, don't set the trend of being taken advantage of or opening the door for your company to take advantage of you. It's not going to serve you well, and it doesn't just affect you. It affects your children. It affects your girlfriend. It affects you. You're so tired that when you drag yourself home after a 10, 11-hour day, you haven't got the energy to go to the gym. You haven't got the energy to start working on your side hustle, all things that you need to do. So again, the point is not to turn down the intensity and slack at work. No, the point is to use your energy wisely. And if you commit to a certain amount of hours within a contract, do those hours and work even harder than you already are right now, just within those hours. Because the more you set the trend of giving away your time whenever somebody snaps at you and tells you that you need to stay late and you're not performing well enough, etc., the more you validify that behavior. You're basically saying to them, yes, you can treat me like that. You can, it's fine. You can make me miserable, it's absolutely fine. Because right now you're just letting it happen. You're not saying anything to them. You're not doing anything other than going along with it. So that's got to change. Other examples are, allowing people maybe within your work environment who you don't really like or you would personally deem as a negative influence on your life if they were outside of work to get in your head too much. Get them out of your head. They're just people that share a job with you. They're just people that share an office with you. You cannot allow them to have any kind of emotional imprint within your brain. And sometimes it's really hard. When you've got this guy who won't stop yapping about rubbish all day at work, it does get to you. It does. When you've got the moaner, the whinger, the complainer, the brain rot guy, it does get to you. Subconsciously, we'd be lying if we didn't admit it. However, you've got to switch it off, because if you give those people so much of your mental energy, you start to drain away from your mental energy. And then subsequently, because you're sat there thinking about what he said or she said and what they think about your performance at work and this particular comment and that particular comment, you're just dissipating your own energy levels. And let's be honest, you're working so hard that the tank is not very full. And the only person you're taking away from is yourself. Instead, accept that there are going to be people in the 9 to 5 that you don't like. You don't agree with them on a lot of things. You don't find them particularly funny. In fact, you find them pretty annoying. But let it go. Let it go and let them do them. If they want to yap all day and talk about brain rot and make funny noises, yes, it's annoying. Yes, it's unserious and, not conducive to a adult working environment. But let them do it. You focus on you. You be the professional that you are. Let them be silly. Let's see who yields better results over a long period of time. Now, I'm not being the fun police here. You can have a laugh at work, absolutely. Of course you can. However, what I'm talking about here is those, brain rot, annoying, thoughtless, careless people that just say what they want when they want. They often step over boundaries. Overly often. Those sorts of people. Don't let them get in your head. So look, set some clear boundaries, essentially, between personal life and work. Don't allow one to overlap the other, because it's a trend. And what happens with trends, if you don't check them or stop them early, they grow stronger and they actually grow faster. And they become more entrenched within your life. Do you want to set the trend of allowing your bosses to take advantage of you? Really? If you're a young guy, do you want to set that trend? Probably not, right? Because if you're young and you're allowing that to happen, it's going to happen when you're older. It's probably going to happen for your whole career. So stop it now. And stop allowing people in your workplace to dissipate at your mental energy. It's so important. You'll go in there for a certain period of hours to do a job. That's it. It doesn't need to be deeper than that. When you do the job, give it everything you've got. Make sure that you represent yourself fully. From the time you get in the morning to the time you leave at the end of the day, make sure you're doing the work. Make sure you're not leaving a mess for anybody else to take care of. Make sure you are representing yourself and the company you work for as well as you possibly can. But when the clock hits the end of the day and it's time to go, get out of there. Go home, go and live your life. Go and work on your side hustle. Keep building. Keep building. You've got to keep building, especially if you're a guy that doesn't want to do the 9 to 5 forever. That's your escape. You have to keep building. If you don't work on your side hustle every single day, you won't escape and you'll be doing this thing that you don't want to be doing for a very, very long time. So you can't afford, in some senses, to allow your work to take advantage of you, to allow your colleagues to get in your head and make you feel stressed and make you not want to go to work. You have to operate more professionally, more effectively. Set clear boundaries and don't allow work to compromise large parts of your life and compromise the time that you spend with the people that you love. Look, I hope you took some value from this video today, guys. If you did, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for much more from me. And yeah, comment your thoughts down below. I'd be really pleased to hear what you've got to say. Check out the links in the description below this video and stay tuned for much more from me. Thank you.